What is it that we look for when we watch magic tricks? Do we want to be amused, like when we watch stand-up comedians? Do we want to be awestruck, like when we admire the effort that went into making paintings? Whatever it is, there's a unique, almost paradoxical sense of curiosity that comes with magic. A little part of us wants to figure out how the trick was done, even though we also really want to be fooled. Perhaps magic evokes this response in us because it directly challenges our thoughts and perceptions. The best magicians know how we will respond, and use this against us, like when forcing a card. Researchers at McGill University flipped through an entire deck of cards in front of participants in about half a second, but they were able to show one card for just slightly longer than the rest, nothing you would consciously be aware of. When the participants were then asked to think of a card at random, 98% of people picked that very card, and 91% of people thought it was their free choice. But this is just one of many ways to force a card. Even if you knew them all, there's still the question of which one was used. In general, few other types of art can challenge the audience this directly, so it makes sense that our initial reaction is to treat the performance as a sort of challenge, a puzzle for us to figure out. While little kids exhibit novelty preference, that is, they're naturally inclined to detect and learn from new and unusual things like magic, adults are not as perceptive in this way, so they're actually more likely to get fooled. And when they are fooled, they're more likely to come up with weird rationalizations of simple tricks. All of this can make for a sort of antagonistic relationship. The magician wants to fool the audience, and the audience wants to prove it can't be fooled. Taken to its logical conclusion, the magician ends up outright lying to the audience. In general, when a magician saws a person in half, the audience doesn't believe the performance, thinking they witnessed a literal miracle. But when psychics claim their acts truly are evidence of ESP or something more, there's a problem. Not only is the audience left with a false view of the world, but perhaps also they have the wonder of the trick taken away from them. After all, when you're given a false explanation, your mind really isn't left to consider the magic more critically. Maybe a better approach would be to consider the magician and audience as on the same side, so to speak. Of course, the magician is still tricking the audience, but they're open about it. They recognize that their performance is a trick, while withholding the details, not to outwit the audience, but to provide a sense of wonder, to encourage skepticism and challenge our senses. Magician Penn Jillette puts it best when he says,
"The idea is that all art is in some level lying. It's at some level fantasy." Teller likes to say that magic is the unwilling suspension of disbelief. But that doesn't give you license to cheat what reality is. So you must be completely and utterly honest, even though your job is lying.
And shouldn't this balance be the goal of magic? Be honest with the audience while giving them something to think about.